Hello friends, Sarah Sunstone here, and welcome back to Thinking Out Loud. In today's episode, I will be sharing my thoughts on Aniimo, an upcoming creature-catching RPG set in a vibrant open world. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Aniimo was just recently announced as an all-new creature collecting game, which looks incredibly high quality and promising. The game will be set in the expansive open worlds of Idle, a realm where countless Aniimo thrive in diverse, vibrant biomes. You'll play as a pathfinder originating from a place called Astra, and you'll set out to explore Idle, befriending a variety of adorable Aniimos on your adventure who will help you see the world from unique perspectives. The game is said to blend elements of action RPGs, open world exploration, and puzzle solving to create an exciting gameplay experience for players to enjoy. Now, as previously mentioned, the mystical creatures in the world of Idle are called Aniimo, which players can collect, care for, train, and evolve. It appears that we will be able to keep track of our collection through something called an analog, as shown here. We can even get a sneak peek at some of the possible evolutions and unlockable rewards available. It also seems that each Aniimo will have specific research tasks for players to complete to learn more about the unique creatures and gain research points. But you won't just be collecting Aniimo. There is also something called a twining feature, which will allow you as the pathfinder to merge with your Aniimo and face the world together as one. This mechanic will take your adventures to the next level because you're actually going to gain new abilities through twining. This could include abilities like gliding, swimming, burrowing, floating, and more. And these powers not only can help you traverse the world in fun and exciting ways, but can also help you discover collectibles like treasure chests, solve puzzles, and can aid you in combat, because not all Aniimo are friendly. So yes, this game will have a combat system. It appears that you can fight as yourself, the pathfinder, alongside your Aniimo, but you can also take advantage of the twining feature to use your Aniimo special abilities in combat as you take on some epic and fun-looking battles together. Apparently, there will also be player versus player battles. However, I'm not exactly sure how big of a role this will play in the overall game, so we'll have to stay tuned for more information on that. It does also appear that the game will offer co-op features based on some gameplay shown in the trailer. So far, we've been officially introduced to 5 different Aniimo who all look super adorable. First up is the Ember Pup. Ember Pup is a fire type. This peppy little fireball has a fluffy coat of coal fur speckled with smoldering embers, and Ember Pup can grow up in a burst of flames when the tiny sparks ignite. Its habitat appears to be a grassy type of environment, and we can even see what appears to be an evolution of this creature. We can also see its unique combat abilities, which harness the element of fire, with tail swipes and ground pound abilities. And then the unique twining feature seems to be this sort of dash mechanic to give you a speed boost when you're running around the open world. So if you twine with an Ember Pup, you basically unlock zoomies. The next confirmed Aniimo is Celestis. Celestis is a dark type, described as a gluttonous glider who soars through forest canopies, and often has its luminous head star mistaken for shooting stars. The habitat for Celestis looks absolutely magical, like a beautiful enchanted forest. Its combat abilities look really interesting too. It almost appears like it's harnessing some sort of light power to fend off enemies. And then the twining ability you'll unlock with Celestis is the ability to glide around the open world, exploring from a new perspective. Then we have Budclaw. Now Budclaw is both earth and grass type, described as a monogamous Aniimo who is believed to have only one mate throughout its life, as they're often seen moving in pairs. And the state of the flower buds on its shell actually reflect its level of happiness, which is so adorable. The Budclaw's habitat appears to be at the beach, and it can use some really unique burrowing skills in combat to dodge attacks, and then also swipe with its claws. That same burrowing ability can be used when twining with the Budclaw to actually unearth buried treasures. I can also imagine how this ability might come into play with solving puzzles and maybe even accessing some hidden areas. Then we have the adorable Audie, who is a water type. This bashful burrower is always digging up tokens of affection, but its shyness often leads to love-struck stumbles. Its signature move is rubbing its cheeks with tiny paws when it's feeling extra shy. Audie's habitat is at the waterfront. I'm sure they enjoy spending lots of time in the water, but I also love how the surroundings look in this area with all the pops of color. When in combat, Audie uses their little shell paddle as a melee weapon, which is super cute. And of course, the ability granted to you when twining with Audie is swimming. And finally, of the officially confirmed Aniimo, we have Nimby, who's a wind type. This cloud-like creature loves to drift with the breeze over sunny meadows, and its pristine white wool actually darkens to the color of storm clouds when soaked. So it'll definitely indicate to you when it's about to rain. In terms of their habitat, they actually seem to spend lots of time just floating in the sky. It seems to use puffball-like projectiles in combat, and when twining with Nimby, you can float around, leaving a trail of rainbows behind you. I personally really like the designs of all the Aniimo that we've been officially introduced to so far, and based on their twining abilities, it seems like these might be the ones that we collect first when we start playing. This way we'll unlock these more basic gameplay abilities like dashing, gliding, and swimming, and then further enhance our world traversal experience with burrowing and floating before acquiring even more abilities. However, there are tons more Aniimo shown throughout the trailer with their own unique abilities, and I feel like the sky could truly be the limit for this feature. I could totally see the team continuing to add new Aniimo with new abilities to enhance your gameplay. Let me know what sorts of Aniimo abilities you would like to see in the game down in the comments. Plus, if you're excited to see more about the game, please go ahead and shine the lovely like button. Aniimo is set to release free-to-play as an online-only game sometime in 2026. It will be available on PC, Xbox, and mobile, with progress synchronized across all platforms. At launch, the game will have language support for English, Chinese, and Japanese. However, the team is considering adding more languages to cater to even more players based on feedback and demand. In the meantime, there will be a closed beta test for PC that you can apply for on their official website, where you can also pre-register for the full release. Overall, I'm cautiously optimistic about Aniimo. I mean, of course it looks like a dream. Maybe it's too good to be true. But also, isn't it about time we have a creature collecting game that looks like this? I feel like I've been waiting for the Pokemon Company to make a game like this for forever, which at this point just seems like it might never happen. So I did have my sights set on Dokev instead, and I still do. But Aniimo definitely came out of nowhere with this very impressive reveal. If the stars align, I am so on board for this. I love how the adorable Aniimo look. I'm super excited by the idea of the twining mechanics to essentially play as the Aniimo and take advantage of their unique abilities. The world also looks really beautiful, and at this point, I just want to know more and would love to get my hands on the closed beta test to get a feel for the gameplay myself. But let me know what you think. Is this a creature collecting game you've been waiting for? Anything and everything, you know I always love hearing from you. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care.